We have some breaking news that is coming in. Kuwait's state news agency said that the Kuwait International Airport was subjected to several drone attacks and no injuries have been reported. Kuwait Civil Aviation has confirmed that the drone attacks has caused significant damage to airport radar system. Well, this news coming in from Kuwait really underscores the extreme volatility in the Gulf region right now. We're seeing a pattern of infrastructure being targeted, and while no lives were lost in the specific drone strike, the significant damage to radar systems at a major international hub effectively blinds civil aviation in that sector. Well, we are still joined in with Yusuf Jalali. Well, Yusuf, we are seeing these drone strikes on neutral infrastructure. First, fuel tanks earlier this week, and now the radar systems in Kuwait International, just like how I just told the information about. So from your perspective, is this seen as a deliberate message to the Gulf states regarding their cooperation with the United States, or is this a sign that the regional resistance is moving towards a strategy of total maritime and aviation disruption?
Well, of course, Iran is a master of asymmetrical warfare, and it has said that the entire region would be gripped if the United States or the Israelis go ahead and strike Iran. And this is what we're witnessing right now happening. Iran has been consistently targeting different infrastructure in the region, major ports. Apart from this airport that you just mentioned, yesterday Iran targeted a strategic Shayuha port in Kuwait. And of course, major energy infrastructure were targeted in the opening days of the strikes by the Islamic Republic armed forces. And of course, the list goes on, and Iran is prepared to exact even more damage on critical infrastructure, energy, transit routes, ports like refineries, oil depots. All these strategic industrial units are going to be targeted by Iran. And Iran has warned that it would target those facilities and those sites if the United States targets similar interests inside Iran's territory. So, and Iran has been consistent that these countries have been assisting the United States in their attacks against Iran. And this is why Iran has been targeting those countries. So this is not an attack targeting or aimed at those nations. But of course, Iran says that those countries have hosted American air bases and, of course, American interests, and they have been helping the Americans attack Iran in this war. That is why Iran is retaliating. Iran is defending itself via this asymmetrical warfare, because they're saying, or they're arguing, that Iran's missiles cannot reach the American mainland. That is why they're targeting their assets in the region.
Right, Yusuf, we're actually running out of time, but I still have one more question for you. Like, United States is demanding the Strait of Hormuz to reopen immediately, but Iran is pushing for a tolling system. Is there any room for compromise there, or is that the primary trigger for the next escalation? What exactly are we looking at?
I don't think so. I think that the Iranians will continue their newly found leverage, the Strait of Hormuz, because in the past they just warned about closing the Strait of Hormuz, and they're now not only looking at the Strait of Hormuz as a military leverage, but also as an economic leverage as well, because it is not just acting as a military leverage for Iran to try to halt the American military strikes against the country, but also in the future, they're saying that even in the day after this war, then they will continue imposing those transit fees from the passing ships coming from the adversaries of Iran as a counterforce to the American and the Western sanctions targeting Iran's economy. So even if this war wraps up, Iran is not likely to seize its control over the Strait of Hormuz, and it will continue to impose those fees and those transit tolls from the passing vessels.
Right, Yusuf. Well, thank you so much for taking out your time and giving us all the insights. And we will be getting more updates on the same. But thank you so much for joining us today.
Anytime.